Who's up for another adventure?
This guy is.
Well, today on Adventure Man, we're going to be taking the old Cessna 172 from Palmer, Alaska, and we're going to be flying it down to Billings, Montana. And Justin here is joining me. We're going to deliver it to my father-in-law, Mike, his dad, and we're going to see if we can do that without dying. Where is the runway on this? This is not comfortable. Is this the runway?
It is now.
What do you think? Can we do it?
I think we can.
What are you doing?
In the wind direction. Don't you have to do that to take off in a plane?
What direction is it going?
Northeast, about 3 to 4 miles an hour.
Actually, it's 140. Anyways, stick around, see if we make it. If we don't, my wife promised that she'll do the editing for this video, so stick around and see if we survive this trip.
At the airport in Palmer, Alaska, Josh and Justin make provisions for what should be a 3-day trip. As they take one more look at the weather, they're ready to go on their big adventure. The current plan is to take off from Palmer, Alaska and fly 1,700 miles with 7 fuel stops along the way. The final destination? Billings, Montana. But there's one more thing that needs to be done before they head on their way.
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we are thankful, Lord, for this opportunity to be able to fly in this good weather. And pray, Lord, we do have good weather the whole way and safety and travels all the way. And pray, Lord, we have a good time of fellowship. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Ready to start?
Clear!
No, test.
Heat, vent, defrost. We're not turning the heat on, it's kind of warm. Avionics are already on. We'll get the weather. There's the weather right here.
Temperature 16, 2.9er, altimeter 29er, 93, favored runway 10.
Palmer radio, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, VFR to the northeast with Echo.
Aircraft following up that with number 148 X-ray, texting out for a westbound departure.
I'm sorry, it'll be an eastbound departure to Galcana.
148 X-ray, Palmer radio, roger. Traffic out of Caravan departing the area to the north, Skyhawk departing the area to the south, and another Skyhawk taxiing out for a 10 departure.
Okay, we're ready to go.
And over 148 X-ray, Palmer, can you do me a favor while you're going up that way?
Absolutely.
We had a report of an ELT around Chickaloon earlier this morning, and the military is looking for any reports of an ELT. If as you go through the pass and make your way to Colcana, if you could periodically check 121.5 and report back if you pick up any ELTs, where they are and how strong they are.
Roger, we can do that through 148 X-ray.
Thank you.
Might be kind of fun. Hopefully we can actually figure out where this guy is.
Good content.
All right, we're ready to taxi. You ready?
Hi.
Let me get us out of parking here.
Yep. Alright, you have control.
Just so that my controls, just so we don't bump into this lady. Alright, your controls.
Which way are we going?
We're gonna go this way. And I'll get it for right now.
Yep.
I'm still got the controls then. Actually, we might do the run-up right here. There's not really a run-up area.
Palm radio, welcome. Traffic got 2 aircraft taxiing out for 10 departures, and Caravan and disregard. No, the only traffic is pertinent to you is
he's doing his run up there.
Guys on 40, copy all.
Gonna just park beside him. Your controls.
Inbound 10
controls.
Palmer.
Just go slow and park beside him.
Palmer Airport information, Foxtrot current, altimeter 29er, 92.
The swing wide here. And Palmer radio 3148 X-ray. Is this going to be the best frequency to talk to you guys on if we start hearing that?
You can try 123.6, and as you get up towards Chickaloon, you can try the RCO that's there, which is 126.45. Again, that's 126.45. And then as you get towards Colcana, you can pick up Kenai radio on the RCO there.
Copy, 2645, and then Kenai radio once we get further up. And appreciate it. We'll keep you guys updated. 314 X-ray.
Thank you.
Alright, so I'll do this run up real quick,
Yep.
but basically what we're going to be doing is just checking over the engine real quick, and what I like to do is just hit up to 1700 RPM, so right there,
Yep.
And then I just go across. Alright, seatbelts on, fuel selector valve on both, flaps are up, extra best power throttle set, carb heat off, Landing and taxi lights on. Ready to go, you ready?
Alright.
Alright, your controls.
My controls.
Your controls. Just take it straight out over there and just watch this guy. Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 314 X-ray taxiing from the Charlie ramp over to 16, Palmer. Yeah, so we're going to have 4,000 feet of runway remaining here, so I'm happy with that if you're good with that.
Okay. So we're going to turn left up here?
We're going to turn left and then we're going to exit right. We're going to take off and then we're going to exit on a left downwind to the north.
Okay. Got to taxi back.
They must have closed this runway early. We'll take off on runway 10 then. Because this runway wasn't supposed to be closed until 1500, but apparently they've already closed it. It looks closed. So just turn right at this first taxiway up here.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't realize the runway over here. Makes more sense. The air conditioner working here?
Yeah, when you open the window.
On the traffic, trains on the 40, down clear, 10. Taking.
Just hold up
back
here.
To the fire department. Parking. I'll wait for the Cessna to get by.
Alright, you're clear. Final's clear. He just called clear on the radio. We're ready to go.
Alright.
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 314 X-ray taking 10 for a northeast departure, Palmer. Alright. You don't need to stop, just go. Alright, oil pressure's in the green, airspeed's coming alive. Got a slight right to left crosswind. It's looking good. Gentle on the controls, we are kind of heavy. And don't forget your trim, Justin. Climb us out at 70. Alright, clear left. And Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 314 X-ray making a left turn out to the south of Lazy Mountain. Here we're going to be headed north to Galcana, Palmer.
Are we just kind of flying between the mountains there?
Yeah.
Okay. What altitude are we shooting for?
We're going to be shooting for 5,500 feet.
Okay.
So kind of stay to the right over here, or the river.
Okay.
And we're climbing to 5,500. We're going to Galcana, which is P-A-G-K. There it is. Activate. All right, so now follow the purple line. Just stay left of that mountain. Don't run into it. And so this first leg today, we're going to be flying for about 420 miles, so about 4.5 hours. But for this first leg, it's only about an hour and 10 minutes or so up to Galcana, and it's about 108 miles. So we got a task from the flight service station. It sounds like somebody's ELT has gone off, and so we're going to help them and try to monitor that and see if we can spot this airplane or hear this ELT that has gone off and pass that on to the rescue services. From on 121.5, we're monitoring that ELT. So if that was going off, we'd be able to hear it.
I heard that.
Well, so that was actually me turning the squelch off. So the weather today is broken at 9,000, and the plan is to climb up to 5,500, and I was originally going to climb up to 7,500 if the weather supported it, but since we've got this guy that we're possibly listening for the ELT, we're probably just going to stay at 5,500 to try to get him better, because they're going to be relying on us to try to spot him or hear his ELT going off. It may be closer to 45 minutes before we start picking that up, but we'll start letting them know if we hear that. Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, 8 miles to the northeast, 3,000, climbing 5,500 for Galcana, Palmer. So another thing to think about is that really this area right here has their own CTAF, but because we only have 2 radios, we're only going to be able to monitor 2. So I'm not going to worry about the CTAF right now because we're listening to 121.5 on this radio, and then we're monitoring the flight service station on the first radio. And so we're not going to have the ability. I mean, I could flip back and forth from 122.9, but I don't think it'd really do us that much good. I doubt we start picking this guy up until we get on the other side of this terrain.
just because it's kind of based on line of sight.
41 Sierra is about 3 miles to the east, entering a left downwind for 10 Palmer.
I don't know what's prettier, Justin, this or when we flew over when it was snow all over it.
I like kind of the mixture of the green and snow.
Yeah, it's awesome out here. You know, he told us 126.45, but I actually believe that it's 22.4 for the RCO. Turn the squelch off here. This footage is just unreal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And this GPS makes it so much easier to avoid that terrain, just because you see, you know, the terrain that's above you, co-altitude and all that.
Clearing the active.
Super nice.
And we'll be holding for the Cessna taxi now on Bravo. Clearing at Alpha.
That's unbelievable out here, right?
Well, you do know pictures never do justice.
I know these mountains.
No, my face. Since I remember, but they talk about that ELT. What exactly will we be listening to or listening for?
So it's actually going to be kind of a crazy sound. It's going to be going boo, 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 boo. And
oh, you're pretty good at that.
Yeah, you won't be able to miss it. Okay, he's above us there, no factor. Doesn't look like he's descending. But yeah, it'll be pretty obvious when it's going off. And I'm just every now and then turning on the or turning off the squelch, so possibly if we were to pick it up through static, then we might be able to hear it that way. And I might go ahead and make a report here to these guys back there, just so they know that we're not even picking anything up yet. Okay, so we'll go ahead and call them up and give them a quick report, just letting them know that we haven't heard anything yet. Palmer Radio, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray. We're not getting any contact. Alright, so we've got negative contact with Palmer Radio there. I'm going to try this Kenai RCO, and we'll see if they can maybe pick us up. Kenai Radio, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray. All right, Justin, let's go ahead and climb up to 7,500 for two reasons. We've got this terrain here.
Yep.
But also we've got, that might actually get us better radio contact with these guys. Kenai Radio, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray.
Aircraft calling Kenai Radio, say again, call sign.
This is Skyhawk 3148 X-ray. We were asked from Palmer Radio to give you guys an update on that ELT.
Skyhawk, access to need it. Verify call sign is 3488 X-ray.
3148 X-ray.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, United Radio. Go ahead with the update on that ELT.
Yes, sir. We are currently at 5,800 climbing 7,500. We're 77 miles on a 240 from Galcana, and we have negative contact at this time. Squelch off as well, so but we'll be keeping tabs on that this whole time.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, roger. I have you on the Galcana 240 radial, 75 miles. You have negative contact from 5,800 on climb to 7,500. I don't have any airmaster advisories for you out there in the comfort region. No adverse notables for Galcana. Advise if you need any other details on weather comfort notables. Private weather for standard route are appreciated. And Galcana altimeter correction. Eureka altimeter 29990.
Copy all, 2990, we'll keep you updated on the ELT for 3148 X-ray. And Kenai Radio, 314 X-ray, do you guys happen to have a frequency for the rescue guys, just so I can pass that directly to them if needed?
Alright, I gotta get my tourist photo here, hold on.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, negative, no frequency for you. If you want to just update us and we'll pass it along.
Copy, Wilco, 314 X-ray. It would have been awesome to actually relay that straight to those dudes. There's a plane down there, no factor. They could just throw that in the back. That's awesome, isn't it, that glacier?
Yeah, it was amazing. Want to practice emergency landing on one?
Negative.
Good content.
Justin, this is premium content right here. Possibly helping somebody get rescued. I know if I went down somewhere, I'd be like, whoever can help would be awesome.
Did you want to try that other channel by chance, or stick with this one?
No, this one, so this is there's only two frequencies for the ELT. There's 121.5 and 243.0. Well, there's another one, but we can't monitor it. We can't monitor 243.0 either because that's a military frequency, or a UHF frequency.
I'm just hoping we get to see a flare and get on video. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome. So one of the unfortunate things about ELTs is that there's really no position. It's literally all radio signal, and so what you get with that is, like, it's really hard for these guys to, like, know exactly what your position is. If it's an older ELT, that's one of the advantages to getting like a newer ELT, because they actually have GPS positioning, whereas these old ones do not. It's basically based on line of sight, and they have to triangulate your position based on that ELT. So it's really important that we give them these updates, because if we don't do that, it can be a lot harder for them to find them if they're just going back and forth trying to listen for that ELT. So hopefully we can hear something and help them out here in a little bit. All right, we're headed down to Galcana. We still haven't picked up that ELT. We'll make one final report. We're 15 miles to the south-southwest. We're headed down to 5,500 for now. We'll make one final report before we head into Galcana. Still not picking that up. Kenai Radio, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, Kenai Radio.
Kenai Radio, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray. Negative contact with that ELT. We are 5,500, 14 nautical miles on a 235 from the Galcana vortex.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, or Kenai Radio, contacted RCC, and they ended up having that one wrapped up. They just passed that one along to us not too long ago.
Copy that. Thank you guys for the heads up.
Hell, bummer.
Well, we tried.
Be forever.
Hey, but you know, if I'm out there, I want somebody trying to help find me as well, you know?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Especially out here, there's a lot of nothing. All right, let's get the weather real quick.
Remarks. Density altitude 3,100. Thunderstorm. Information not available. Galcana Airport, Galcana, Alaska. Automated weather observation 2226 Zulu. Wind 140 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 24 Celsius. Dew point 07 Celsius. Altimeter 2987. Remarks. Density altitude 3,100. Thunderstorm. Information not available.
Okay.
They're right there in front of us?
Yep, that's it. We're going to overfly and enter a left downwind for 15 left. Pattern altitude down there is 2,600 feet, so you can go ahead and head down to like 3,100 for now. We'll just cross the field a little high. Galcana traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, 10 miles to the west, 5,000 descending, 3,100. Going to be entering a left downwind for 15 left, Galcana.
Galcana traffic, this is 5074 Delta,
We're about 3 miles from Golcana, inbound for 16.
Okay. 16. That's 15 left, dude.
We're level 3,400 descending though.
Okay, so he should be well in front of us. Just keep an eye out for him.
Yeah.
So because he's here, when we cross the field, let's go out a ways and teardrop back in. So go past quite like
Golcana traffic, 74 Delta's base for runway 16.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. He's landing. Yeah, so we'll just cross the field at pattern altitude, so at 1,600 feet. And then we'll just enter the left downwind like that on the other side of the airfield. So I'm not seeing anybody else or hearing anybody else. That'd be the alternate method. How long has it been since you've landed an airplane, Justin?
I was just trying to think about that. When the last time I was?
I think it was when we were training back in...
it was in Bonita, so yeah, it would have been...
Must have been 2021? 20 or 21?
Probably 21.
About 3 years, so you're probably a little rusty.
It's like riding a bike. You never forget.
Yeah, well, we'll see if you ever forget. But the big thing is we want to be at our landing speed of 60 knots.
Yep.
And I'll coach you through the checklist since it's been a while.
Yep.
And then hopefully your next ones will be smooth. I'll probably get the next leg, maybe. We'll see. Whatever you want to do. And I'm unusually thirsty today for some reason.
I noticed.
Hope I'm not getting sick.
Better not. We're in a steel cockpit here.
It's not sterile anymore. You're probably going to get pink eye from this trip.
Oh, Josh, don't do that.
A little bit bumpy out here today.
A little bit, yeah.
Temperature's 2-4, so it's pretty warm here too.
Golcana traffic, 74 Delta's final runway 16. Golcana.
15 left, but okay. We'll just keep an eye out for him. I'm not hearing anybody else. Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 314 X-ray, 2 to the west, overflying for a left downwind, 15 left, Golcana. Up there he is.
Yep.
There's their vortac right there. I'll try one more time just to see. I was just curious if we ever picked it up. Alright, Justin, let's see how skilled you are. See if I have to give you any training here.
Might have to. It's been a while. We'll see.
Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, left downwind, 15 left, Golcana. And slow yourself down if I were you. Alright, seatbelts are on, fuel selector valves on both. Pull your nose up and slow us down. Level off here, look at the runway. Alright, seatbelts on, fuel selector valve on both. Mixture best power. Throttle set for now. Turn your landing and taxi lights on. Trim here for 70 knots. Put in a smidge of power, and we're in the wide arc. Lower that first notch of flaps for me.
Golcana traffic,
Other way.
74 Delta's clear, runway 16.
Okay. Clear left. Pitching for 70. A little bit less power, carb heat. Drop some more flaps for me, Justin. Controlling your airspeed with pitch. This is looking pretty good, actually. So drop some more flaps for me. Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, left base, 15 left, Golcana. Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, final 15 left, Golcana. There you go. A little less power. We're climbing back up. Nose down. Less power. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. Keep us coming down. Less power. Gently pull to idle. Keep coming down. Nose down. Keep coming down. Now start. Been a while. Just
a little bit.
Straight ahead here. If we don't make it, we don't make it. Alrighty. We survived.
Barely. We made it.
We'll go get some fuel and then we'll hit the bathroom and file our paperwork to head on to Whitehorse, Canada.
Let's see how much fuel is here before we get going. $9.61 a gallon. That's unreal. But we gotta have it.
How much?
$9.61 a gallon.
Man, Jet A's only 6 something.
Yeah, let's do that.
As Justin attempts to sign his name in the visitor log, Josh fills out the paperwork which should allow the two to cross the Canadian border without any issues. It seems like it's going to be a nice day to fly, but these are the flatlands of Alaska. There's no telling what the mountains are going to look like.
All right, so I'm about to file this on ForeFlight. Looks like we got about 3 hours and 15 minutes of flight time, 311 nautical miles. So worst case scenario, we could stop at Burwash Landing and get regular gasoline, but hopefully we don't have to do that. Hopefully we'll make it all the way without any issues. We're only supposed to have 1 knot of headwind, so it should only be about 3 hours. Let's get us filed and get going.
Nobody's behind us. So for the second leg and final leg for today, we're going to Whitehorse, which is CYXY. 3 hours and 16 minutes to our destination. Should be landing at 8 o'clock. We're going to be crossing the border, Justin. You ready?
Right about that.
All right. Let's get some weather real quick.
Golcana Airport, Golcana, Alaska. Automated weather observation 234.
Hopefully that'll
Zulu.
just start working.
Wind 160 at 11. Peak gusts 19er. Visibility 10. Sky condition few 7,500. Temperature 23 Celsius.
Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, taxiing from the fuel ramp over to 15 left, Golcana. Okay, so that's...
Golcana traffic, Cessna 393 is on a left downwind for 15 right.
Okay, so he's coming on. He's going to be landing on the gravel there. Oh, let's see. I guess we can just do the run-up right over here. All right, that's starting to work. That's not good, though. This is actually not required for VFR flight. We'll just kind of see what it does when we push the power up. It could be partially because we're not at full power right now. All right, clear left. I'm going to swing over and do the run up into the wind. There he is. Look at that sock and look at that sock. They're pointing 2 different directions.
One of these things just not like the other.
Hey, there's a National Park Service place here.
15 right, Golcana.
All right, that's looking a lot better. I'm good with that. Idle power. Suction was good. Got the weather. Seatbelts on. Fuel sector valve on both. Flaps are up. Mixture best power. Throttle set. Carb heats off. So that's the most important one. We are ready to go. We ready?
Ready.
We're like a couple minutes behind, but it's perfect for our filing in the flight plan. I'm just swinging this way so I can see him land. Oh, let's turn on the noise canceling. Whew, that was a little bit rough.
Go round.
Oh yeah, that's much better. Alright, final's clear. He's taking off that way. Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 314 X-ray, crossing 15 right at Bravo, taxiing over to 15 left. Golcana. Alright, he's on the upwind there. We're just going to back taxi, and then we'll get going. I'm going to take the whole runway. There's no reason not to. Final's clear. That way's clear. Checklist is complete. Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 314 X-ray, back taxiing 33 right for a 15 left takeoff. Golcana. And for my purposes, I'm going to lower 10 degrees of flaps and we're going to test out a soft filled takeoff just so I can keep myself fresh. Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 314 X-ray, departing 15 left to the east. Golcana. Alright, power's coming in, power's set. Minimal braking, there's that nose coming up. I'm going to bring the airplane up into ground effect.
Golcana traffic, Cessna 393
That's expected.
turning left base, 15 left.
We're just really heavy right now. Okay, in ground effect here until we hit 70. Airplane's trying to climb on me. That's normal. There it is. We'll start climbing away. We're safely airborne. 70 knots. Positive rate. Flaps are coming up. Flaps are up. Lights are off. After takeoff checklist is complete. He's back behind us to the right there. And it's beautiful out here. This is a different kind of pretty though.
Yeah.
With the mountains like in Anchorage and Palmer area versus this is very kind of flat, but you have a ton of mountains off in the distance.
Yeah, they're just off in the distance.
Keep your eyes out for moose and bear and stuff along this river. I hear a lot of people coming up here to hunt for all kinds of different stuff.
There's a popular moose. That's where I packed out that one moose in this area.
Who did? You did?
I helped pack out one moose, yeah.
Where at?
It would have been closer to Glen Allen area, but
okay.
Right over there.
I'm staying low on purpose just so maybe we can possibly see a animal over this river, because if there's animals, they typically like water. Oh, so neat. All right, starting to climb. Did you have these clouds up here? They were supposed to be higher than our altitude, but we'll keep an eye on those throughout today's journey. So the biggest threat today was thunderstorms, and I don't think they were anything like a squall line or anything. I think it's just like occasional, over the mountains and stuff. So, all right, let's open up this flight plan. And Golcana traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, departing the airspace to the east, 2,500, climbing 7,500, Golcana. So big thing for us, we're gonna want to go left of this terrain. So we're gonna go left of the terrain and then down. So it's gonna be a little bit longer than 3 hours and 15 minutes, but obviously want to take the path of least resistance because we got clouds just above those mountains, and I'm not flying in the mountains with those clouds like that. So Kenai radio, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, Kenai radio, go ahead.
Yes, sir, this is Skyhawk 3148 X-ray. We are 3,200, climbing 7,500, 3 miles east of Golcana. We'd like to open up our flight plan this afternoon to Whitehorse, Canada.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, roger. I'll get your flight plan activated at this time for Whitehorse from Golcana, 2357 with an ETA in 3 hours and 15 minutes from now. Looks like out there for you. Stand by for weather.
Sounds good. Thank you. 314 X-ray. So one of the things about crossing the border that AOPA says is that
3148 X-ray for you in the Copper River Basin. I don't have any airments or advisories, and no NOTAMs for Golcana. I'm not sure about Whitehorse. Once you get over to the Canadian side, I will go ahead and contact them for weather advisories. Check that as soon as practical after entering foreign airspace, as our international data may be inaccurate or incomplete. The weather reports are requested, and Golcana altimeter 2985.
Copy all, 2985, 314 X-ray. Thank you, guys. A lot hotter up here. It's she's not climbing quite as good because one, it's hot, and two, it's we're heavy. So
yeah,
might take us a little bit to get up to 7,500. That's a big mountain. I don't know what that is, but looks like Mount Sanford. That thing is 16,237 feet high. That's taller than, I think that's taller than anything in the continental United States.
I don't know how tall they are there in Washington.
So Justin, how many times have you driven into Canada?
I'd say about one time.
One time, and
yeah.
How was your experience there?
It could have been worse. It wasn't terrible, I don't even remember what border I went to now.
Wasn't it North Portal?
North Portal, that's right. Yeah, I went to North Portal, and good time. Nice people there. I declared all my weapons and everything. And, well, I guess they didn't like that.
Why's that?
Well, they held me overnight.
Yeah?
And I had to pay a fine. Even though I declared my weapons, I still had to pay a fine. But because it was, I think we were going in on a Thursday or Friday.
I can't remember when that was. It was right before Memorial Weekend. I remember that.
Anyway, either Thursday or Friday, but the problem was the court systems were closed, and so I had to stay the whole weekend in I get about a -2-star resort, and had to stay a whole weekend just so I could pay the fine on Monday morning because our court system closed down too early. And
where did you stay again?
I don't remember the actual name of it. It was, oh man, what was the name of that place?
Prison? Yeah, prison, but it has a name. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's kind of neat to put a check in that box in a way, but be a prisoner in a foreign country. But
not so fun.
But as soon as I paid my fine Monday morning, like, hey.
Hey, but while you were relaxing and having fun, I was loading up all your stuff in your trailer.
Yeah.
Delivering it for you all the way up to Alaska.
Oh yeah, man, that's nice. Yeah.
And so you kind of got a break.
I did
honest.
actually. They fed me 3 times a day. They gave me a place to sleep and gave me a free ride from the border up to there. It's like a 2-hour drive and free ride back.
When we're crossing the border, this might be kind of nerve-wracking for you then, since so this would be your first time in Canada besides that time.
That's true. Yeah, I get to enjoy it this time.
You can see them from the air and wave.
Hey.
You may fly over Regina.
Good times. Those are the type of memories you never forget.
Why is hindsight always 20/20? I don't remember it being fun, but looking back, it makes for a great story.
Well, at the time it wasn't, but now it was.
So we'll have to stay a little lower. These clouds were supposed to be higher. Now they were saying few at 7,500, but I'd say this is more like scattered. So we may stay a little lower until we get on the other side of these clouds and the mountains, and then we'll climb up to our altitude.
It looks like a little bit of rain.
Yeah, might get a little bit of a car wash up here, which Mike might appreciate that.
It was clean when we left. I don't know what I'm talking about.
But so I could see through it though. So if we really, really needed to, we could go through that rain legally. And but I'm going to try not to go through the rain. It's not ideal if you can help it, especially if you don't know what's beyond that area.
How far is this? You going to try to thread a needle there?
No, I'm not going to try to thread the needle. What we've got here is some really high mountains. And what I want to do is basically want to just travel north of Mount Sanford and all this terrain. And then we'll kind of cut over after that. It'll just be basically a straight shot. We're actually getting picked up by some of this rising air right now. So it's very unstable, which as a general rule, you actually have some good visibility and good weather with unstable air, but it's just going to be really bumpy. But I expect that that'll probably kind of go away a little bit more once we get on the other side of these mountains. But we're definitely going to be flying through some rain coming up here. Got some small cells. They're not fully developed or anything, but basically I don't want to fly at that 7,500 altitude because we're going to go right through those cells if we were to do that. So kind of going to stay in these valleys and just kind of weave out, and then we should be on the other side of all this weather once we're on the other side of these mountains here. If I stay through this valley here and then just fly north, you should be able to cut over right after that. So these cells, not as bad as what I was thinking. In fact, we could cut through that little area right there.
It's pretty clear there to the right.
Don't want to go right for sure, but if we could go straight ahead, that may not be so bad. But straight ahead doesn't look too safe, so let's not do that. I think if we just go cut left here and then cut over from there, we'll be good. Look at that. Look at that over there. That looks so cool.
Like something you see in like Wyoming or Nevada.
Yeah, it does. It looks like something you see in like Nevada or
Utah,
New Mexico. Yeah, that's super cool. 118 knots, making good ground speed here. It is kind of tempting to go that way, isn't it? But there's terrain that's just not feasible to go that way. It'll take us a little bit longer, but that's the way we want to go. It is beautiful out here, though. Think about all the space out here that's not been touched by human hands.
What's the coolest part? There's a place you want to go
camping
and explore. But no man's foot ever touched.
Oh, it's so tempting to want to go that way. Just don't think we want to. You see any landing strips down there?
Yeah, some sandbars. Be rough. It's hard to tell unless you get a little closer.
So we're probably, this is basically light turbulence. Yeah, according to this, that would be a good way to go if the weather wasn't bad. But we're gonna go north just a little bit more here.
Gonna drive into that mystery box?
I don't like mystery boxes. When death's in one of the boxes, it's not so fun.
Well, that's part of the mystery. You don't know. Maybe death isn't one.
I think we're gonna be happy with the weather once we get up here. We're at 1 hour right now, Justin. 1 hour.
1 hour.
According to this, there's really no terrain once we get out of this valley right here. We're 28.5 miles from Cessna. So worst case scenario, we could always go there. And then PAOR, which is bigger. That's actually, if we could, that's where we really want to go. Worst case scenario. This is super cool. We're right next to these mountains. That's super neat. We're coming around the bend here, and we're going to be north of this. Your phone dead?
I turned it off, saved the battery.
Yeah, probably.
I just thought about it's going to be 220 volt there, and I don't know if I'll be able to charge it.
No, actually, I think they have 110.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I think. Don't you remember what you had in prison?
I didn't have any outlets, Josh. I wouldn't have allowed that luxury.
I'm already kind of happy about what I'm seeing here. The weather's looking better. We'll see what happens. Terrain, I'm visually clear. I don't see anything ahead of us. I'm just going to close that out. It's telling us to pull up, but we're well clear of that. Probably, I don't know what the logic is here, but probably if it thinks we're going to get within 500 feet of something. But we're not going to get within 500 feet. We're probably closer to like 1,000 or something.
Yeah, 5G out here? Nuts.
Who do you have, AT&T or Verizon?
AT&T.
Yeah, AT&T, on the flight up, I had service almost the entire time.
Check Facebook out here.
Hey, you should post something. Hashtag flying to Montana from Alaska.
I don't know if I have that good a signal.
Yeah, this is looking way better. There's a little bit of weather up ahead, but we'll just go around it. So, oh yeah, it does kind of look.
Took you a while to get it there, Josh.
Like, what are you talking about?
Jurassic Park ding dong. They can fly in the very
It does look like the Jurassic Park area.
Well, a little more snow here than there, but I like seeing people getting eaten by dinosaurs, always making the worst decisions possible.
That's my favorite. Hey, you got crumbs all over me. Alright, we're about, maybe about 10 minutes out from the border crossing. And, I'm not talking to anybody. I've tried to cross the border multiple times and I'm never able to reach anybody, so I'm not even going to try this time with all this terrain here. I'm going to focus on not running into stuff, and we'll be in Canada in the next little bit.
Hey, I had my doubts, but your in-food services are actually pretty good, I'm not going to lie.
My in-flight services, be sure to like and subscribe when you visit Josh's Airlines, Uncle Eddie's Airlines.
Good stuff.
Oh, give me one of those. Oh, come on, you selfish person. You didn't get such good food last time you were here in Canada, did you?
No, I wouldn't quite this good quality.
So what kind of food do they feed you in prison, Justin?
I don't even remember what they had. Kind of soup and bread.
In Canadian prison?
Meat. It's a little blurry back in those days.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So whenever we go over this border crossing here, they don't have the dotted lines like you do on the cartoons.
Last time I flew over, I looked for it, and I didn't see it. Their whole childhood was a lie. Bugs Bunny lied to you.
Every time I climb that ladder, you can see all the 50 states and their border lines.
All right, we're less than 5 miles out from the border. We either might actually be flying on the ground, Justin. See?
I thought I remember seeing something on the map, but a picture of a line.
A picture of a line?
Pictorial picture.
We're almost there, about to cross the border.
Get some good ground speed.
Yeah, 111 knots, 112 knots. Just kind of chilling here at a little bit lower altitude than we were planning. Actually, there is a line on the ground. Look at that.
That it? Oh yeah, there sure is.
That's crazy. I didn't,
If I see it.
I was just joking, but there is a legitimate line.
Bugs Bunny was right.
Bugs Bunny was right. There must be, that might be an old road or something. That's super interesting.
I thought I remember seeing a picture of that, like you can actually see border.
I totally thought that was a joke. Definitely can see a line though. So we are officially in Canada, eh?
Oh, Canada, old Canada, the land I call my home.
So Justin, when you were in prison, did they make you sing that every morning?
Nope. Morning, wake up bright and early, it's oh beautiful, oh spacious skies, oh amber waves of gray, oh purple mountains majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
You're welcome.
Oh, there it is. Classic.
Alright, so we're flying over Burwash Landing. We just got the weather. This is a gravel strip that's about 5,000 feet long. So worst case scenario, we could have landed here. We've got plenty of fuel to make it to Whitehorse. We're going to land with probably about an hour and a half of fuel on board, so that'll be fine. But what we're fixing to go over is Luane Lake, and I believe that's how you pronounce it. But this, essentially on the far end of this lake, is where Destruction Bay is, which if you've ever driven through here, through Canada, it is extremely beautiful when you drive here. And so one of the things I wanted to do when I was driving through here is I always wanted to fly through this area. And we didn't get to do that on the way up, but this time I think we're going to get to do it, unless something bad happens between now and the next 15 minutes. Otherwise, we might be landing there at Burwash. But hopefully not. But hopefully you guys are fixing to enjoy some really beautiful scenery here in the next few minutes. It's just unreal out here with these mountains, this lake, and the weather's finally clearing up for us here. And we got some cells around us here, but nothing too serious. And things are looking pretty great. You want to take over for a minute, Justin?
I got the controls.
You have the controls. I think it's just about celebration time for energetic beverage here. And if you're from Ghost and you're watching this, you better bring these back because these are the best ones. Would you not agree?
Bubblicious. It literally takes you back to your childhood. When you used to chew like 5 or 10 at a time, just get the flavor out of it.
Exactly.
It was gone in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. The flavor lasted for maybe 1 second longer than Juicy Fruit, so 3 seconds.
Pretty much. But it was delicious for that 3 seconds.
It was. Oh man, that is something. Better for you than milk. Oh yeah, bud. Even the Canadians are enjoying this.
Eh? I can smell that across the airplane here.
I know, it's glorious, is it not? So, what we're flying over right now is the Alcan. And on the way up here, when we moved up here back in October, I drove my family up here, and we actually went through a little bit of snow in this area right here. So this is some rugged terrain. It's just Alcan. There's just a really narrow window through this big valley here that takes you up. And it's basically the only stretch of highway all the way up to Alaska. And that's quite the adventure in and of itself, but I think flying is better. Who doesn't enjoy flying? Don't, you got mental problems. Justin, I think I might have got a little bit of ghost on this mic muff. So if you get thirsty in the future, you can taste it. Look at how that terrain like upslopes there to the mountains. That is super neat how it does that. It's almost like there was a flood here at one time, and that water just slowly drained off. We know that's not true, but like it almost seems like that. Wouldn't you agree?
Looks like it.
A little bit hazy today, but it's still super beautiful out here.
It is. We finally got through all that smoke so you can actually see and enjoy it.
We were experiencing some smoke and some cells at the same time, and that made me a little bit nervous here for a few minutes, but then once we poked through that area of smoke, we could see just fine ahead, and that made me a lot more comfortable, so. Justin had no doubts. I bet you there's bears all up and down that Alcan right now. This is
Time of year for 'em.
actually that time I drove up with Derek whenever you were in prison. I've seen, like, I'm not exaggerating, we saw like 30 bears on the way up. It was super cool. If only you were there to experience it.
If only you guys wouldn't wait on me. Left me for dead.
Justin, I did not know what to do. I was genuinely concerned that, like, I was like, well, do we wait? I asked those guys, I was like, so, are you guys going to release him? Is this,
They're supposed to. Nope.
They're like, your friend's going to prison, sorry. You probably won't see him again for several weeks. I was like, several weeks? Is there any way we can bail him out or anything? They're like, no.
Oh, got some boats out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
Just kind of a little community, I guess you would say here. They got a couple boat ramps.
This would be an awesome place to live, though, if you had the ability. Basically, it boils down to money.
All it is.
This was, like I said, this was super impressive when we were driving through here, especially on the far end of the lake there. But this is pretty neat now too. Not often that you see so much neatness in one place, Justin.
All that neatness.
How neat is that? Yeah, so this about 1, 2 o'clock over here is Destruction Bay. And when you drive here, it is super beautiful in this area. This is one place I always wanted to fly every time I've driven this. Super cool from the ground. So if you're seeing it from the air, I'd say it's even better, wouldn't you? Oh wait, you haven't been here.
Haven't seen it yet. So yeah, it is.
But it is pretty neat from the air. It's super cool. Especially that area over there where it's kind of barren looking off to the right. It's kind of grasslands looking, but from up here it just looks like dirt. And I'm guessing that's like a glacier-fed area there. And this giant lake, but there's all kinds of fish in that. Yeah, so the Alcan, if you see it off to our right-hand side on the right of the lake here, it actually kind of jogs out and farther up that dirt area, and then it cuts across the dirty area. And every time I've driven that area, it's super windy down that tunnel there, down that valley. I guess that it's kind of like a wind tunnel coming down that valley, so that's kind of interesting. I guess that's the only place they could find that you could cross there. And you can see the dust coming off that valley there. It's super cool. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's a little airstrip right there on the edge of the lake.
Probably is, yeah.
I don't know what airstrip it is, but... Oh yeah, it's CFQ5. So on the edge of the lake there. But it's so cool because you can't see these places from the ground a lot of times. I mean, obviously, I'm a pilot, so I'm looking at these places when we're driving through. Silver City is what that is. That little airstrip right there. That's super cool. Okay. We're about 18 miles to the west of Whitehorse. We're going to try to get the weather and call them up. This is a towered airfield, so...
Weather 0300 Zulu, wind 240 at 7, visibility 40 miles, 9,100 few with embedded CB, 1,000 scattered, 30,000 scattered, temperature 2.8, altimeter 2981. Remark CB tops, distant northwest to southeast. Active runway 32 right, 14 left is available on request. Both the RNAV 32 right and the RNAV 14 left approaches, both available. Inform ETC with information India.
India.
First International, information India.
32 right. We have India. We are expecting 32 right. The other two runways are closed, so that's what we're expecting. Okay. All right, my controls.
You'll have the airplane.
I have the airplane. Yeah, you can see we're still dodging a few little cells here and there. You can see this one off to the right-hand side, like 1 o'clock. Not a severe thunderstorm or anything, but it's still not exciting to fly through stuff like that, so try to avoid it best we can. Whitehorse Tower, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray.
Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, Whitehorse Tower.
Whitehorse Tower, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, 15 nautical miles to the west, 7,000 descending, 5,500. We have India inbound for landing.
3148 X-ray, runway 32 right, wind 250 at 9, altimeter 2981. Cleared a left downwind, runway 32 right. If you stay just south of the highway, that'll bring you in on the left downwind 32 right. Report 3 miles out.
Left downwind for 32 right. We'll copy the weather and we'll stay on that side of the highway. 314 X-ray, thank you.
Roger.
Roger. Roger, Dodger.
You know, when you're driving through here, it's really not much to see.
So low, you don't get to see the pretty.
In comparison to the rest of it, it's kind of flat in this area. But you can see from the air here, it's actually not flat.
Don't get to enjoy the beautifulness of
beautiful.
I had to learn how to spell beautiful for the longest time. beautiful.
We know how you need assistance with your spelling, Justin.
Wednesday? Wednesday. I don't remember that one.
Vegetables? Vegetables?
Vegetable, yep. That's it. I ain't dumb, I'm just smart in a different way.
I may not be the smart man. We're going to have a crosswind when we land, like a left to right crosswind. Oh, getting a little bath here.
Here it is. Too bad, turn around.
Oh, we should go back. What are we going to do?
All the way back.
Look at this terrain. This is super cool.
God, beautiful.
You know, I never noticed those windmills over here when you're driving here. Off to the right.
Yeah.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Alright, so we have two-way with Whitehorse. They've already cleared us a downwind. We haven't got cleared to land yet. At least I didn't hear a clearance. We're going to be landing on 3-2. You said 3-2 right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I heard.
Every time I see those windmills, I always see them not working more than I see them working. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I know. It's a conspiracy, Justin.
I guess the wireless electricity's down.
Oh, you watched my video.
Oh, you know.
You think there's truth to that?
It's interesting. I'm just saying. Cessna knew about wireless electricity.
Yeah,
it's not new.
It is not new. Alright. Coming in for landing. Seatbelts on, fuel selector valve on both. Make sure you're buckled up. Mixture best power, which is full rich here. Throttle set. Now we'll go ahead and turn those lights on. We'll get the rest here in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
We will be arriving shortly in the big town of Whitehorse, Yukon.
Actually, it's pretty big for being this far north.
It really is. This
I didn't realize it was
this
this
is
big.
like the biggest show in town.
They got nice neighborhoods. Wow, not what I was expecting.
Whitehorse Tower, from Charlie Kinky. We are at Kelly Lake, 4,500 feet back for landing.
Charlie Echo Yankee, Roger, and you're going on route frequency now?
Say again?
Yeah, you're heading still southbound to Carcross?
Oh, we already made the U-turn there.
Oh, okay, so you're coming back?
Yeah, we're coming back, Charlie Kinky.
Charlie Echo Yankee, Roger, cleared straight in, runway 32 right, wind 260 at 8, and report when you're by McRae.
Actually, Australian 32 right, and we report by McRae, Charlie Kinky.
And Whitehorse Tower, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, entering the left downwind for 32 right.
November 3148 X-ray, you're cleared to land, runway 32 right, wind 250 at 8. Plan on the long landing as you'll be exiting at the end of the runway.
Copy, cleared to land, 32 right, and we'll do the long landing for 3148 X-ray.
Wow, nice and fancy here.
So that one is closed. Oh, I see.
Oh, there is an X on it.
Yeah, this closest one is closed. That NOTAM is super weird, though. It doesn't exactly clarify. Alright, we've been cleared to land. He's way out there somewhere. Looks like the only taxiway is at the very, very far end, so that's why he's talking about. We'll shoot for the 1,000 footers. Ours coming back. Carve heat. In the white arc. 1, 2, 3. First notch of flaps. Pitching for 70. I'm going to go ahead and turn early. We're going to shoot for the 1,000 footers since we are going to be landing long anyways. We're already clear. We don't need to make another radio call. Good to land. 3-2 right. This is super cool. Seeing this from the air. You just don't see any of this stuff.
Pretty neat.
Not too often you see so much neatness in one place, Justin.
True, not very often.
Clear left. Already cleared to land.
Cleared hot.
Oh, got overshot a tiny bit there.
I wasn't going to say it, but I did notice it, Josh.
Justin. Even the best.
Makes me feel better.
Even the best make small mistakes every now and then, Justin. Alright, slowing to 60 knots. We're trying to land at 60. Oh, my aim point's going to be the 1,000 footers and probably land on that touchdown point there after the 1,000 footers. Not too bad. Landed a little long, but whatever.
3148 X-ray at the end of the runway, exit left on taxiway Alpha, cross runway 32 right on Alpha. Once you reach the apron, contact ground 1219er.
Exit the end at Alpha, cross 32 left at Alpha. We'll contact ground at the apron, 314 X-ray.
Roger.
We made it to Whitehorse. We didn't die on our first leg, Justin.
Didn't.
I know you had your doubts, but
Well, every doubt was there.
Whitehorse ground, Skyhawk 314 X-ray, cleared Alpha. I'd like to taxi over the transient parking.
3148 X-ray, that'll be below the control tower. Off your right is the self-service fuel tanks. The two tanks you see there, one with the man door, that's the 100 whenever you want to go for fuel. It's a card lock self-service. And itinerant parking right below the tower. To call customs, it'll be 1888 CAN pass on your phone.
Copy. We'll take the. We'll go over to the fuel first, and then we'll call CAN pass, and then I'll call you back up when we taxi over the transient. 314 X-ray.
3148 X-ray, Roger. And taxi on the apron, your discretion. Your flight plan is now closed.
My discretion, and appreciate that. 314 X-ray.
After 3.9 hours of flight time, we finally made it on the ground here at Whitehorse. And what do you think?
Hey, it's nice to be in Canada, eh?
Hey, bud. Anyways, we made it. We do have a slight oil leak, so we had plenty of oil, but it's a little concerning. Tomorrow morning, we may go see if these guys are open here at this maintenance place. But I'm a little bit concerned because it is Saturday, and I don't know if they're going to be open or not, so we'll have to check it out and see, and hopefully we don't get stuck here.
Let's hope not.
Wouldn't be the first time we were stuck in Canada.
As Justin struggles to tie down the airplane for the night, Josh skates out of work by pretending to be filming. Oh yes, sugary goodness. And their day will end with a 2-star resort.
Justin, what do you think about this 2-star resort?
I haven't seen any bugs yet, so that's good.
Have you checked for bed bugs yet? Check for bed bugs. Probably should check for them. I don't see anything crawling. Whoa, what was that up near your headboard?
They're going to crawl in my ear tonight.
Hopefully we don't die here tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.